Hello, my name's Darren Bugg, and today I'm going to show you how to file your confirmation statement for a small company. Now, the reason you might want to do this is basically to save money, because it's something that normally your accountant or maybe a private company will do for you and they will charge you for it. But if you're just running a very small company, it's very easy to do this yourself. Now, every year small companies have to file two things with Companies House. They have to file their annual accounts and they have to file their confirmation statement, and they're usually due about the same time every year. With the accounts, if you're interested in knowing how to file the accounts, then I have another little film on YouTube which shows you how to file micro entity accounts. But this film is about how to file your confirmation statement. So first of all, you get onto the Companies House website, and you can do that just a general Google search on Companies House, and you'll usually come up with this page. So first of all, find company information. Get information about your company. You can get information about any company here, and it has the button Start Now. Click on Start Now, and then here you either put the name of the company, or if you're not sure on the exact name, you can put the name of one of the directors or officers of the company, or you can do what I'm going to do, which is paste into this box the company number, and I'm going to show you how I do a confirmation statement for one of my companies. So there we go, the company comes up, you click on that company, and then it gives you all the company information, and you can get this information. It's all public information for any company that is incorporated in the United Kingdom. So if it's a private limited company or a public limited company, this is public information. Okay, so you have various options here. You've got filing history, people, obviously directors, more information, and you can choose to follow the company as well. What we want to actually do is file for the company. Now, as I said earlier, we're not filing accounts today. We're just going to show you how to file the confirmation statement, but you still click on the words file accounts. It's a little bit confusing because you've got confirmation statement here and accounts here, but I'm going to click on the button that says file accounts, and then it will take you to the confirmation statement eventually. So that is a little bit confusing. Click on file accounts. I don't want to file my corporation tax accounts with HMRC at the moment, so I click no. Save and continue. And then, well, it's only a very small company. I'm just doing this as an example. I run several companies. I'm just going to show you one of my small companies. So I click on micro entity, which are the accounts that apply to most small companies. Save and continue, and then it gives you the criteria. So if your company has a turnover of less than 632,000, balance sheet no more than 316,000, and you have an average number of employees that is no more than 10, then micro entity accounts are the accounts you'd file. But this is where it gets confusing, because we're not going to file the accounts today. We're filing the confirmation statement. So I clicked on OK there, file micro entity accounts, and then it opens up a new box which asks you to sign in to the web filing service. Now, I stressed this in my other film, and I want to mention it again here. The password you need for web filing is different from the password you use for entering the site. So make sure you don't get confused and keep putting in the wrong password. It's a very easy mistake to make. So I begin just by putting my email address, and I'm going to put my password in. And it only gives you 4 attempts to do this, so make sure you get it right, because if you get it wrong more than 4 times, then it will lock you out. So then you get the choice of where the company was registered. Well, my company was actually registered in Wales for a particular reason. You don't need to know the reason here, but England or Wales is the same. Scotland is different and Northern Ireland's different, but England and Wales here. And then we put the company number in. Now, then you need your authentication code, and as I mentioned in my other video about filing accounts, it's very important you have this ready. So I'm just going to put it in, and obviously you can't see what it is for for reasons of security. But the important thing is make sure you've got this code ready, because if you don't have the code you won't be able to enter this site for web filing. And the warning, it can take up to a week to arrive. So if you're getting close to the point at which you have to file your accounts or your confirmation statement, then make sure you apply for this authentication code at least a week before the deadline, because it can take a week to arrive. It arrives by post, not by email. They actually post it to you, and it's the same code every year. So once you get your company up and running, you will be using the same authentication code every year. Okay, so I then click sign in, and this is where it gets more interesting when I eventually get in, because now it does give me the choice. So when I started off I was clicking on file accounts, but now it's saying I can file both. I can file my accounts, which are currently up to date, or I can file my confirmation statement. And today in this film I'm just going to show you how to file your confirmation statement. The accounts, as I said earlier, it is available on a different film on YouTube, so there's a separate film that shows you how to do your accounts. So I'm going to click on file confirmation statement. It says here it will take about 5 minutes to do, and as you probably know already, you do have to pay for it, and it's £13. You don't have to pay to file accounts, but you do have to pay to file your confirmation statement. This could save you an awful lot of money, because if you get an accountant to do all this for you, they'll probably charge you hundreds of pounds, and you can do it yourself and it's just going to cost you £13, and you can file your accounts and your confirmation statement, and that's all it'll cost. So then all I do, click on start, and then basically you just have to confirm your company trading status. So were any of the company's shares admitted to trading on a market at any time? Now what that means is basically if you've gone public, if you're on the stock exchange in the UK or somewhere in Europe or the USA, well obviously if you are trading on a market, then you're going to have a massive public limited company, and we're just talking about small companies here, so obviously the answer is no. You've also got the option to change the date of your confirmation statement, which I'm not going to bother. There's no point really. I'm happy to do it same time every year. So click on next, and it does sometimes just take a few moments for anything to happen, but don't worry, this site can be a little bit slow sometimes, but it will get through eventually. And then it asks you to sign in again. So there's lots of security stuff here where you're constantly putting in your passwords, your emails. This is the third time now, because I had to put in a password originally, a different password to get on the site, and then of course you put your web filing password here, which if you've been paying attention is a different password. Sign in, and then it's asking me again to sign in, so I'll just put my number, my authentication code. So lots and lots of security processes you have to go through here. And then it says you have a partially completed confirmation statement from your last visit. Do you want to continue? Well, yes I do. Submit. And you've got a helpline number as well here if you do want to ask Companies House anything. Unfortunately, I've found whenever I've rung them, you're on hold for a very long time, so it can be a bit of a pain when you ring them. It's sometimes easier just to email them if you have an inquiry. And then you've got all these things that you have to confirm. Now usually there will be no changes, so your registered office address, well mine's going to be the same. Officers the same, it's just myself and the company secretary, there's just two of us. Registers, the industry classification, well my company are registered as a public relations and communications company, and we also provide postgraduate level higher education, so that's the same. If you want to remove them, or you can even add a code if you want, so you can actually add a separate category, it's up to you. That's the SIC code, which is a standard industrial classification code, which I'm sure you're aware of. Share capital, well I've never changed my share capital since I set up my company. It's just issued £100 worth of shares, 100 shares, and that's never changed, so we'll close that one. Shareholders, again the same, don't need to do anything with that, same shareholding. People with significant control, well again that's just me, so nothing needs changing there. Everything's okay on the industry classification. Registers, again no changes needed. Officers, just myself and my company secretary and the registered office. is there, which again has never changed since I set up the company 14 years ago. So then you just click confirm and submit. And in a few seconds, again, it does tend to take quite a long time on this site. Even if you've got fast internet access, it does take quite a long time. And then you've got your submission fee. And how are you going to pay it? Well, I'm not going to go any further here because I don't want you to see my credit card number, but you just click on there, you click continue, and then you put your payment details in, and it costs £13 per year. It hasn't changed for a few years, so I assume that it'll still be the same by the time you watch this film. So I won't go any further than that, but that is the confirmation, and then all you do is pay for it. You've got your submission number, keep a note of that number, and that is all you need to do a confirmation statement for Companies House. You can do it in less than 5 minutes. If you want to know how to file your company accounts, then watch my other film on YouTube. Please remember to subscribe to my channel. The channel is called The News Hound Limited, which is my YouTube channel. Thank you for watching. I hope this has been useful. Finally, I just want to say I'm not a qualified accountant. I'm just a businessman and entrepreneur. So please don't take this as formal advice. If you're not sure, ask a fully qualified accountant how to do it. It is very, very simple. You can do it yourself, save yourself a lot of money. But remember, I'm not a qualified accountant. If you have specialist needs, specialist questions, then please make sure you ask a qualified accountant. Thank you very much for watching, and please remember to subscribe.